Hello, everybody. My name is Eglantina Hysa, and I'm happy to be among you in this International Summer School 2023. For me, it is a privilege to be a trainer for this professor training school, and thus I hope you get some new ideas for your next couple of years, trying to enlighten the knowledge of young people. Today I'm going to present a topic. It is somehow case study that I use in my classes, master classes, education through sustainable development goal, how I do integrate sustainable development goals within some projects of the students, and the students are themselves going to be involved. Before that, just shortly represent myself. I'm a professor of development economics. A part of that, I teach also some other classes of economics, such as international economics, microeconomics, etc. I have extended experience in accreditation processes and Bologna expert, and I do share some knowledge also in Bologna process in some universities in Europe. Thus, this is the first time being in your country and presenting something. So to start with, what I would want to share with you today is to talk about somehow history on education system, which means starting from first generation. Now we talk, so educators are talking about the fourth generation. But what was the process of these? What was the process of these? So if we go from the first one, first generation universities, the main goal of them, it was only teaching, so education, so focusing on the education processes and how to engage students with education, how to transmit this education to the students. And somehow the main role it was to protect the truth, so to get to know the truth and to be accepted, to be understood, to be perceived by the students. Second generation universities, beside education, the other focus, it was also research. So combine research and education together and transmit to the new generation. Third generation universities, so it is an added utilization of knowledge, so education, research, and how we utilize, how we use this knowledge. It was important to transmit that one to the students. However, for the fourth generation, we are talking today. We are trying to talk today in this case. It is how we act as proactive actors in economic development. So beside education, beside research, and beside usage of this knowledge, how then we are proactive in the economic development. Of course, each of these pillars should be integrated with each other to have a compound knowledge, or compound knowledge to be transmitted to the student. And the role of the fourth generation universities, it is to create strategy games, and the role of engine in local economy. So somehow to understand how universities stand by as one of the main actors in economy in our society to support the development of these of our regions. And this, let's say this trajectory of the university's mission was a work done by Zuti in 2016. From the other side, of course, I'm quite sure that you have heard about sustainable development goals. But beside that, it is important to know that there are many universities trying to target sustainable development goals. Because if the universities and the institutions collaborate together, or businesses collaborate together to go for the sustainable development goals, it would be quite easier and so a better and a faster process toward getting through the goals of and through the targets of the sustainable development goals. There are 17 goals. At the top of them, it is partnership, so networking. It is quite important to have, as I said, the collaboration between universities, businesses, government, society, etc. So to go through these triple helix, quadruple helix, etc., or quintuple helix models. Because we just know that by collaborating and by going together for our ideas, it would be quite easier to have some fast steps toward. So there are three main pillars of sustainable development goals and categories in which the sustainable development goals stand by. It is the first, it is biosphere, or otherwise we just know that it is environmental, so issues related to environmental issues. It is society, so issues still related to society, and also issues related to economics. So it is this triangle concept of sustainable development goals or sustainability, that together with the 17th goal, which was partnership, it is thought to go to for a better world, and all together we can go for that one. Thus, but actually, what is the contribution, and what are concretely the contribution of universities in these sustainable development goals? So if we just pass through this from the first to the 17th goal, what is important, it is that we directly can highlight four areas of intervention that universities can contribute to the sustainable development goals. The first one, it is education. So through this, through the education processes, through the classes we teach, through the projects we give to the students, we can transmit and we can raise awareness of our students toward the sustainable development goals. The other one, it is which is very important, it is also research. So how we address our research, do we focus our research in line with sustainable development goals? So it is, and by this we can just find out where we are, what we need to do more, and many fields of so related to environment. There are many topics that relates to this one. There are a lot of topics of economics, for instance, so contributing to labor market. It is so growing together, well-being of the people. So all these topics are topics in the focus, having in the focus sustainable development goals. Another important issue, it is operations and governance. So governance and operations aligns with sustainable development goals, incorporate into university reporting. So how we link our operations and governance with sustainable development goals within our structure. It is quite important if we address the sustainable development goals or not. So if we address, it would be quite easier for also research position, also the education one, to base the focus in this direction. And the last one, it is external leadership. So the public engagement universities are. So how they collaborate with society, how they collaborate with governments, and if they stand by for the same direction. So this is how university can somehow contribute, and actually be one of the main actors of sustainable development goals. Beside that one, I want to, so since I got the case study of my master classes, so it is a master classes in economics, and the topic of this class it is development and growth, and thus beside sustainable development goals targeting projects that I give to students, I had to keep in mind that I needed and I had to have some clear learning outcomes based on European qualification framework, and based on that one, there are three main pillars that we need to keep in line with. The first one, it is knowledge. So in master level classes, the students have to have high specialized knowledge or critical awareness, which means that in the projects I draw and I ask to the students to keep with, they have to keep a specific topic, which means to have high specialized knowledge in this in that area, to critically analyze the existence and the actual position of that topic, and then they think they have to pass to the second pillar, which is specialized problem solving skills, which means they need they have to go to solve that issue. They have to propose some solutions for the situation, critical situation they may find in the area. And lastly, it is a responsibility and autonomy of side of the project or the course, if we may say like that. It is manage and transform work of study context, take responsibility for contributing to professional knowledge and practices, reviewing the strategic performance of teams. And all these aspects I involve in details in the project while designing the groups and the teams of students. We are going to talk in detail so how this was performed. Thus, besides sustainable development goals, I had to, so as teacher of this course, I had also to keep in mind the learning outcomes that the students at the end of the class, at the end of the semester, they had to have. This course, it is for 2 semesters, and the first semester it is a theoretical one in which we explain some topics that are related to development issues. We take different case studies of from different regions, different continents, different countries, different positions. We compare these countries and these regions. We also go to some data analysis and empirical results founded by other researchers, and we discuss. So somehow we have some knowledge on what's going around in the world, and also specifically to our country related to topics such as poverty, inequality, disparity, human capital, health, education, population growth, migration, financing, sustainable development goals, role of institutions, etc. Of course, all these are the main topics, but within these topics, we incorporate also other terms that are just linked to the main topics we discussed. So after finishing the first semester, in the second semester, then the students have to prepare a project for 12 weeks, and at the end they have to present. And there is a jury, so a selected jury that they are going to evaluate them and to give some points, to discuss with them, and to ensure that they got and they transmitted what it was aligned since the beginning of the projects. So the structure it is that for 12 weeks they have to act in proactive way in generating some results for their project. They have to first they have to create teams, and the team members have to be, so somebody needs to be a leader, somebody needs to be to attract some funds for the project, somebody needs to have some so focus on the networking. What I mean with networking, so students need to collaborate with students clubs, they need to collaborate with governmental institutions, they need to collaborate with some businesses, some agricultural structures, and all these depends on the focus they have selected since the start. Some people need to deal with marketing. They maybe they think to open some social media accounts, such as in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or they prefer to have their own pages, or somebody that it is dealing mostly with technology, they prefer to open their apps and like this to act and to develop their project. Thus, if you see, we have so since the start, since the beginning, we have some people covering so main aspects of the project, and this is their selection. This is how they select each other, just because they know that like this they are going to have a successful project. I have to mention, so besides economics tutors in this class, there are other so major programs being included in this course. This is an open class for as elective for many other majors, and thus it is easier to find people that deal with IT issues, technology or marketing, etc. During each week, we have consulting meetings, which means that students are not just so they are free to think and to find some ways, but each week we discuss what they have done, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities they need to use, and like this every project presents their work, weekly work in front of their classmates, and thus each of them gives and takes some let's say new ideas from each other, and like this we discuss, this is possible, this is not possible, and we explain also the reasons why not, and maybe we give some further ideas for the next week. They can go through these developments. Then somehow it is all this period, 12 weeks, it is somehow share experiences of challenges and successes among classmates, among the professor, and also we invite some people, other people that have knowledge in different aspects, and they also give some good insights to the students, to the group of students. So since the start, they have clear targets. So what will be the target group? They are going to assist with their project, because they have to assist with their project, so to somebody and to a certain group. What will be the concrete impact, so expected impact they are going to have, etc. So since the start, they have clear targets that they have decided by their own that they are going to meet. And then at the end, we discuss the results. So concretely, we have somehow a report. They have to have a clear report weekly by explaining through which week what they have done and what needs to be done, etc. So topics have to be related to the Sustainable Development Goals, and of course they need to clearly explain why, for instance, their their project targets goal 3, good health and well-being, because they are going, for instance, to support the elder people, or to have some, so to support the quality education. They target some group of people that do not know English, for instance, do not know how to use computers or IT tools, and like this weekly assistance, they just get some, so they assist with some further knowledge to these groups, etc. So they explain in details what goals, sustainable development goals, they are going to work for or to contribute for. The evaluation criteria for this research project, first it is completeness of project. So we need to find out at the end, so if all of what was project was done, or at the minimum level, because in some of the cases we see that students overcome and overpass the targets. They have unexpected success with the projects, and this is very good sign for them. They have to ensure somehow scientific quantity, so they have to have some clear elaboration of research questions, methodologies they have used. Maybe they need to use, for instance, to support their contribution. So why this contribution is needed? Maybe they need to use some surveys at the very beginning, to use some data from the Nation Institute of Statistics of our country, or world development indicators, etc., to support the need for such project. Feasibility, if this project was feasible or not, and at the end we evaluate also the innovation aspect. It is important. Of course, we don't expect for each student to have, let's say, a project dealing with digitalization, everything to be digitalized, as we talk a lot about digitalization nowadays. But at least we expect and we ask for the students, for the teams, for the projects to have a certain innovation in their projects. What will be the innovative side of the project? And thus, with these 4 evaluation criteria, the project, it is somehow evaluated and completed, fully completed. Some of the examples during these last years, there were different topics, and somebody dealing with water pollution, which is lies into environmental issues, entrepreneur roadmap workshop. They invite people from successful people, entrepreneur, new and in advanced level entrepreneur, to give some lessons to our students, to our colleagues, etc. Project related to recycling, reduce, reuse, recycle, etc. Promoting tourism in Albania. And we have some cases that students with their projects tend also to publish their work in the most important media in our country. It can be radio or television, and like this they promote their projects, and also they invite other universities, other schools to be part of these projects, and to give a good, successful story of them. Beside that one, I know that I don't have too much time, but beside that one, I try by myself to find out what is going on with these projects, what was the focus of this project mainly. So if the students were more attracted to go and to study something related to economics, related to environmental issues or society. And for this, I had done some some publications that are related to my projects. I compare the topic of these projects from year to year, and I find out the coverage of these specific topics of specific topics treated in this project, and how they did cover the 3 dimensions of sustainable development. And I compare some, and I find out that in last years, compared to 10 years before, for instance, we see that now environmental issues are quite in focus, and it is quite important because environmental issues maybe it is not understood instantly. If we talk about economy, we can better understand because it is just indicating the economy right now. Environmental somehow it is more a social aspect, and it takes some long period of times to be understood, and it is also related to new generation, next generation, and thus the issues that do I have to what the issues of consuming today or consuming tomorrow are mostly related to that one, and it is a bit difficult to be understood by the students. So what would be my advice, in general, and which is related also to this class, it is to have practical based classes or universities, because like this, the students can just, if they are hands-in, they can contribute, and they can feel themselves, they are somebody that they are going to transmit some value. If we integrate teaching, research, and community development insights that are related to sustainable development goals, yes, we can be one of the main actors. And of course, if we decide to have and to get the leading in the quadruple helix, somehow we find the government it is leading, but maybe not always the government it is successful to be a leading, because they can say this is a good thing. But if we actively be involved and take the leadership of having the right bridges for these quadruple helix models, I think we can succeed to have some good collaboration with businesses, government, and also society. Final thoughts, of course, embracing fourth generation universities principles need a step ahead mindset of university leaders and academicians. Why I say this? Because academicians have to understand that some changes are needed. Some changes are needed in our structures, in our curriculum, in dealing with the students, and this has to be supported by the leaders of the universities, by the management side. So if they do not want to make some changes, then it is quite difficult for people to advance in this kind. We need to have passion and also dedication for our work that we do. So it is good to understand the needs and to act in fast ways. So to not waste a lot of time, because time it is an important tool. Okay.